Good evening, everybody. Welcome along. It's time for your Thursday night fix of TORL, and we are getting ready for yet another race in what is turning out to be a fantastic season of racing here at the Takeover Racing League. If we look at the calendar, we're on to round 9 this evening in Abu Dhabi. We've got all the way down through 2/3 of the calendar, and we're into the final little kick through. We've got Abu Dhabi, Canada, Bahrain, and Brazil to go. Quite a few air miles there. But thankfully, DHL won't be having to do any hard lifting for the virtual events. Very much looking forward to this one this evening. I do have to say that Abu Dhabi is one of my favourite tracks in the game. I think that the racing it provides is fantastic. But let's get you on to what's going on in the action. And Nimri's on an outlap first off. Quick championship rundown while we're here. Let's have a little bit of a nosy at these. Of course, that's of course Lance Road race in Bahrain. Yippee. Let's have a look then. Standings. The standings are as follows. Lemons has a sizable lead. He's got a 49-point lead over C110P fan, 133 to 84. Now, if my maths are wrong on that one, please let me know. I would appreciate it to be now, actually, because I think... No, that is right. It's 49. Bull Beast is third, though, on 82. Just a couple behind C110P fan. Then Geekin 69, Atom 59, Imri 52. And then Wardy 36, Ted Cannon 31, and Watson 30. Drayton 29. And that's your top 10. I think most of them are here this evening. Thinking about it. Lemons is, of course, Fan is, Bull Beast is, Geekin is, Atom is not, however. We'll go on board with that with Imri, though, into turn 1 he comes. Got to get the nose turned in very nicely indeed, and the man in the Williams is always out of the grid, out onto the grid first. Oh, when he spun. I gave him the big build-up. Then Bry will take over, though, as he comes through. Oh, no, he won't. Well, that's kind of awkward. It's not really gone to plan, has it? We'll watch Wardy on his medium tyre as he comes through to the end of the first sector. Imri crawling along. First sector 17.7 for the Wardy. For the experienced man in the Alpine car. Seasoned TORL driver, as you will probably know. Running down towards those final to the hairpin. Where we're going to see a lot of overtaking, I'm sure, this evening. Get the nose in, get the rear out. Bob's your uncle on the exit if you can do that well. Open that DRS up wide as you come down towards the end of the second sector. You need to get a great rotation through turn 9 here because it's so important. 53.7 for Wardy. The corner just keeps coming at you. It's more than 180 degrees of cornering. Long corner. Then into the triple right-hander. Of course, all of these corners have been opened substantially over the last couple of years. So much more speed can be taken through here. If anybody goes back and reminisces on F1 2020, you can just remember how clunky those corners were. Wardy's time 24.8. I'm almost, well, now I am positive that that will be beaten. Not by Imri though. 43 flats his effort, of course, because he spun. We might have, I think Legends will be next to actually set a time. To the line he goes, 25.1, not quite fastest. Just about, yeah, we'll go with Lemons though. 52.9 middle sector. Showing what he can do. Kostas is going to come to the line now. See if he can go fastest, and he can only go 43.3. Smoking Cheese retires in the pit lane, not sure what that's about. JT's retired. Of course, JT on his return. As Lemons does go fastest by 1.3 seconds, 23.5. Fan isn't going to set a time this occasion. We'll look back for C110P. No, we won't. We'll look at Imri. Oh, but he's invalidated that time. That's not ideal. We'll watch Geekin. 53.2 through the middle sector in his Mercedes car. That Silver Arrow. Going along nicely, keeps it within the white lines on the exit of turn 9. It's always important. Do you want to keep the lap going? Got a mirage of blue at the top at the moment. Hope that we can have some non-blue teams maybe up there. Maybe soon, maybe not. Geekin might be able to make it a turquoise at the top. With his time, 24.2. Doesn't quite go to the top, but he is into the front row. Provisionally, Akakev not setting a time this time around. We'll look back for Fan. Oh, no, he won't. Oh, no, he won't. We'll look back for... Is anybody on a lap, actually? I'm not sure that they are. We'll find someone. I'm sure... Well, we'll go with Akakev. Oh, no, he's flashing at the rear. 10th cannon's invalidated. Oh, this isn't going well. So 10th cannon's invalidated that time. It's far from ideal from him. For him, I should say. Fan's on a lap, giving it a nice chunk of an improvement on that medium compound tyre. Those Alpines do like a medium at the start. Coming into turn 6, though. Of course, many memories. It's particularly recent. Very recent, I mean. Of course, 2010 is still quite recent. But Abu Dhabi was, I think that's one of the Williams getting out of the way. We'll have to watch out to see if 10th Cannon does the same for Fan. 53.5 through the middle sector for the Alpine driver. He'll hope not to get caught up by this Alfa Romeo. Oh, and he gets out of the way lovelyly. That's not a word, I've made that up, but I'm happy with it. Into the final two corners for Fan. Where can he get the nose turn? And he gets it very nicely onto the apex curve. Works the time going to be. It's 24.7 goes P3. Second row provisionally for those two Alpine drivers. Ben Breyer on a little run here. We'll stay on board. We'll stay with him. Not quite on board, I know. Middle sector split for Ben Breyer, 53.5. This comes out at turn 9, leaves a little bit on the table. Lord Sugar wouldn't appreciate that on the apprentice. Zimri's crashed. Oh dear. And that's where he spun it before. Fuad's also retired. Oh, and it's invalidation for Ben Breyer right at the end of the lap. But this is interesting. There are just 10 drivers left actually physically present. Because 5 retirees, Imri, Fuad, Bulbeast, JT and Smoke and Cheese. Let's see. Go around the final few corners in his Alfa Romeo car. Beautiful Alfa Romeo car. Arguably this year's is even more beautiful, if not just the same. Oh, Twitch! Keeps it valid though. 25.8 as we see Costas retire in the pit lane, and all of a sudden with half the session to go, we've only got 9 drivers left. Well, that's something, isn't it? I think Wardy improved there to a 23.7 on the soft tyre. Legend looks like he's improving here, maybe, possibly. Oh, that's wide. That's an invalidation. Akakev is invalidated. Ben Barai is flashing at the rear. 10th Cannon's not going again, surely. Yeah, look at that ERS. We'll go with Lemons then. Of course, he is the runaway championship leader at the moment. Can't quite win it this evening. But he can put himself within touching distance of the title, depending on how it all pans out tonight. Of course, after this race, there will be 78 points up for offer. Maybe plus a sprint race, which I can't remember if it exists or not. Let's have a quick look. Race calendar. I'm sure this lap will go even faster than his 23.5. Yes, 23.3 for the champion elect, Ryan Lemons. Already not going at full pelt here. Akakev is the only man on a lap as it stands, which gives me enough time to look for this calendar. And let us have a little bit of a peek. I don't even know if there are any sprints, come to think of it, which is beneficial to me. Helps me remember how many points are left. I mean, there'll be 78 left. Have a quick look at the race chat. No one's complaining about anything egregious. Akakev 3.5 seconds up what he'd hoped to be. He's currently 8 seconds off of pole as it stands. But of course, this is going to be a top 10 start for Akakev. As he's backs off. Yes, he's backed off to let Fan through, who's not on a lap. So I don't know what's gone on there. But Geekin might be starting a lap in that Mercedes car. Can't believe I forgot what that was called. He's 800ths down through the first sector, but all hope is not lost. It is possible to still get a good result from a lap, because it's 800ths in it. Really isn't that much. Especially when we know that there's another another second found by Lemons somewhere around the lap. On top of what Wardy's already done. Coming towards the end of the second sector split for Geekin. It's on the entrance of turn 9 actually. See what he can do, and it is. Oh, he's improved a bit through that middle sector, but he's still 700ths down, and still time to find for the Mercedes driver. So as I was saying, 49 points is Lemons' advantage. If, sake of argument, he wins and everyone else who's near him crashes out, that lead would increase to 74, maybe 75 if he gets the fastest lap. But it wouldn't quite be enough for the title this evening. Chances are he's likely to win it at this rate at the next round, which of course is in Canada. I think he'd be the first ever man to win a championship in Canada. Fan 23.8 improvement for him. Wardy doesn't look like he's going any faster. Might be an outlap for the Alpine driver, and it is indeed. Ben Breyer to the line. Wasn't setting a lap time. Meanwhile, Michelle is starting a lap there. We'll run with Wardy because I think it's the furthest one around. Or was it Wardy or Fan? I think it's Wardy. Unless Legends is on an outlap and Akakev is also on an outlap. But Wardy's 2.5 tenths down in that first sector. And he's backed off quite considerably. Fan's going through, but again, I don't think he's actually on a lap here. Fan's middle sector split, we'll see if he's actually on a time here or not. No, he's not, he's 4 tenths down. Which means I think it's Ben Breyer. And we've only really had 7 representative lap times set in this entire session. We've only got 4 minutes to go here in this one. And then I'm very much looking forward to cover the race. We've got Bulby's JT Smoke and Cheese all out of position. Let's see what Ben Breyer can do then. Number 2 on that Aston Martin car. A little bit of a slide out of that penultimate corner. And he won't keep it valid. Oh, he does keep it valid. God knows how. 25 flat for him. Michelle goes 24.9. So they slot into 6th and 7th. Oh, Lemons left the session. That's some lag issues there for him. 10th Cannon invalidates, which means we'll go back with Legends, who's nearly a 10th up. 3 minutes to go in the session. Legend in that Red Bull. He's a bit like Perez to Verstappen this season. Oh, well, last season, probably this season as well. Let's not kid ourselves here. But yes, of course, it is the last TORL race before the start of the 2023 season. And even though I'm more excited for the F3, I'm definitely not opposed to watching some Formula 1 action. Around Bahrain, I do love Bahrain. Of course, it's a long time before we get here, and I hope that we haven't had a champion by the time we get here in the real life Formula 1 and we get a final race showdown. Maybe not quite as stressful and, energy sapping as 2021, as Legend go 24-9. But, I wouldn't mind some excitement, let me tell you that. Geekin's not on a run here. 10th Cannon is on a run though. Currently 3/10 up through that first sector, but the middle sector split should have a little bit more to it. 3.5 should be able to pick up quite a bit of time in this final sector. Comes around the final couple of corners, 10th Cannon. Under the Hilton Hotel. £130 a night it is in there. And more on race weekends, of course. 10th Cannon to the line then. Opens that flap. Well, he doesn't. There is no flap there, is there? 25-1. He doesn't actually improve his position, but he's only now a 10th off of Ben Breyer. Will have wanted to be closer, however. Geekin. Oh, that's an invalidated lap. That's an invalidated lap. That's not an out. That's. We'll go with Aka. Is Akakev going to set a lap? I'm not sure Akakev's going to set a lap time here. We're down to 8 runners in this qualifying session. We'll go with Fan. He'll be the first of the 4 to set their final flying runs. Here he comes then. Final flying laps have begun. Oh, who's that coming into the pit lane? Legend. Oh, Legend's coming to the pit lane. So Lemons, Wardy and Fan. And Geekin will start his lap time in a minute. Fan, a 10th up in that first sector. Needs to find 10th of a second if he wants to have a chance of winning this race. Oh yes, King Hamilton, how could I get frustrated? I don't know, mate. I was looking at it. Words eluded me in the moment. Absolutely eluded me. Either way, Fan, through turn 6, through turn 7 he comes. Timer hits 0, and we only have 6 drivers who could set a lap time here. One of them is 10th Cannon, and he is spun, or doing something at the end of the lap, so he won't be improving. Seaman Tempe Fan, 2/10 up. He's not finding quite enough, but he might be able to jump his teammate Wardy if it keeps going like this. Into the final sector, of course, these corners just floaty. They just walk to you as if it's a baby into its mother's arms. Around the final couple of corners. Fan to the line then. Opens that. No, I keep saying that. I'm used to it. He's improved ahead of Wardy, but he's not improved ahead of Lemons, who's going to come to the line now. He's also improving, and it's a 22.9. It's an incredible lap time. That's going to be pole. Wardy does overtake his teammate Fan again. 23.4. We look back to Akakev, who is going to set a lap time in the end here. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 27.1. He'll start P10. And the last man is Geekin. Oh, he comes into the pit lane. Does he? No, he doesn't. That's a very creative line, though. And he won't improve. So it's Lemons on pole. It is Lemons on pole. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm surprised by that. Of course, he's dominant in the championship. But Wardy and Fan, they might be able to pick up some good points for Alpine if they stay where they are. Geekin, Costas, Michelle, Legend, Ben Breyer, and 10th Cannon, and Akakev, your top 10. Imri crashed out in qualifying, will start 11th with Fuad, Beast, JT, Smoking Cheese. I will be back in a couple of minutes' time to cover the start of this one, all the way to the flag. Nothing like NASCAR in America, where it's got adverts every 5 minutes. You're not going to get many adverts here. But yes, I will be back in about, 3 minutes' time for the start of this one. But I'll leave the screen on for you all to enjoy and see what's going on in the pit lane. Alright then, here we are. Time for what I hope will be a very exciting Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. 3 seconds to grab my water bottle, and I've done that very nicely indeed, as we're going to get ready to go to 5 red lights. I absolutely love this view from the front of the grid that we're about to receive. The lights are coming on here for the start of the race in Abu Dhabi. What a view for round 9 of 12 in TORL Season 5. The lights are out and we are away. It's a good enough start, it seems, from Lemons. There's a little bit of squirming going on from the Alpine cars, and Geekin might be coming down the inside. And Geekin does come down the inside of both of them, but Fan sticks it around the outside. Spin from Akakev. These are not the greatest of starts as he comes through turn 1. But it is Lemons who leads from Fan, from Geekin, from Wardy. Back in this midfield, it's a great start for Smoking Cheese. He's up 6. What a start for the man. But he's on the soft compounded tyres, and that might be a little bit telling as to why. Let's find out who, my word. They're 2, 3 wide as they come down on the exit of turn 5. Towards turn 6, they all fly. It's a very good lead for Lemons on the hard compound tyre. Smoky's making up more positions. This time on Ben Breyer. He's got Kostas next up. Meanwhile, Imri and Michelle. Imri to the inside of Ben Breyer as well. And there comes TV8 JT. So they all come through the chicane. Well, the hairpin in the chicane. To the end of the second sector. It's a little bit of a chaos back here. Akakev's the only man who's lost out really on that opening lap, but he hasn't lost out his front wing, I don't think, which should be okay for him. 10th Cannon trying to fight with Fuad, but can't quite make it. Lemons has spun! The championship leader! He's going to be right at the back again. It's P14 for the championship leader, the pole sitter. He was away at the front, but the door's wide open now. I still wouldn't doubt him winning this Grand Prix. Oh no, Legends! Legends has crashed on the exit. Will that be a safety car? It will be a virtual. Well, Lemons, cracks are starting to show. The pressures, I doubt this is the case, but the pressure looks like it's starting to get to him. But it is Fan who leads from Geekin, who leads from Wardy. Smoking Cheese, by the way, is up to 5th. That is incredible. I mean, he's up from 5th. He started last, and he's 5th by the end of lap 1. And Michelle says, what in the crash gate? I don't think that's the case. Legend says he's cursed. It's not really very lucky for him. But, yeah, it's unlucky. But what can you do? I mean, you just got a bit unlucky there. We're going to wait to go to green again. We'll see if anyone picks up a drive-through. Still going under virtual safety car. And Dean, Lemons is P13 because he's spun. Right then, back to green flag racing. No one picked up a drive-through penalty, but Geekin looks relatively keen to try and get back past Fan here. DRS has now been able to start a lap 3. Lovely sunset views here in Abu Dhabi. Beautiful. I do think this is one of the most picture. They've done this track really well, I think, on this year's game. They were forced to update everything because of the track changes. And I think they have done a cracking job, particularly on this one, with all the lighting as well. With this DRS, we're going to try and make a move here. Geekin, of course, is the first man with the DRS over someone else's. Bullbeast has disconnected. I'm going to quickly... Oh, actually, we'll cover Geekin trying to get past here. If he doesn't get past, I'll give a quick invite as Imri's coming past Smoking Cheese as well. Outside line into turn 9. I mean, theoretically, he shouldn't have the grip because Smoking Cheese has those softs on. And he seemingly doesn't because Smoking Cheese keeps the position. Right, I'm going to try and invite Bullbeast back. Bear with. There we go, sent him a lovely bit of an invite there. Back to the game. Bullbeast has joined, love to see it. Oh, Imri, 3-second tyre penalty. Unlucky for Imri. Lap 3 as well, only. The fan goes quickest. Lemons is still to catch up to the back of those guys, as Bullbeast is going side by side with Michelle. Well, he's AI. He isn't giving him too many favours. JT then, on his return, of course, and now a member of Team Valorate, which is what that TV8 stands for, if anyone was wondering. Here comes JT actually, good run on the back of Ben Breyer, gets past very easily. Out to P7. Oh, Michelle spun around down at the exit of turn 7. It puts Lemons back up to 11th. But he's still, I'd say, within 10-15 seconds of the lead here. I'm going to go on it being 12 seconds. Oh, yes! Can I have a medal, please, sir? Kostas gets passed by Imri for P5. Oh, I'd love a medal for that one. That was a good guess. Got the eye of a falcon, I do. I've been doing this long enough. Who have we got then? Well, we've got everyone apart from Legend still in this race. Lap 5 of 29. I mean, complete, you know, disagreement on strategy here. So it'll be interesting to see who's done it the best. Bullbeast, I don't think yet. Oh, he is back in his car, but he's been overtaken by Ben Breyer. Lemons is now lurking. Championship leader. And the man third in the championship find themselves 10th and 11th. Make that 9th and 11th as TVA, as JT gets past Kostas this time around. Ben Breyer might try and come. Oh, Fuad, I should say, might try and come back down the inside, but isn't quite able to manage it. Lemons might find it difficult to get past down this straight. Ben Breyer comes onto the back of Kostas, and he goes down the inside. He gets the position, does he? Kostas outside line, better traction. Ben Breyer's got the inside, better line. And it is Ben Breyer who comes out on top. Lemons is lurking on Fuad and Bullbeast, so want to get past as soon as possible. Oh, spin! Who's that? Kostas. Oh, unlucky for Kostas. Oh, there's a front wing going. That's an Alpha Aston Martin front wing. Oh, and it's Fuad. It's Fuad. Here comes Lemons up the inside. Picks his moment very well. Fuad a little bit injured. Don't know why. But Lemons takes full advantage. Goes up into P9. Oh, down the inside maybe for Lemons. Oh, yes, down the inside for Lemons. But he may have done it just slightly before that DRS detection point, and he has. Or has he? Neither of them have the DRS. Which means that Bullbeast just has to use the slipstream, using it to great effect. Down the inside, he's going to get the move done. A DRS. Oh, a Smoking Cheese. Is Smoking Cheese gone around? Yeah, there was an instant for Smoking Cheese. I think Imri was got up there as well. Ben Breyer's going to come at him towards turn 9, but not anything he can do. Lemons has to stick behind for another lap as well. Spin from Michelle down at turn 4. Ben Breyer now right in the back of Smoking Cheese, inside of Smoking Cheese. It's a creative place to make a move. I don't see that one very often. Smoking Cheese trying to come back around the outside, but no can do. Lap 7 he comes into the pit lane, or lap 6 for him. Off of those soft tyres. Shows that the company go very far. He'll come out in P13. Oh yeah, went P12 because Fuad's pit for the change of that wing that was damaged. We'll go back to this Lemons Bullbeast battle because it's the only one really on track. And they're catching Ben Breyer and Imri relatively quickly as well, so Lemons might want to get past this, that he gets the DRS Next lap on Ben Bryan, doesn't have to worry about being stuck behind Bull Beast again. Let's have a look if he's able to do it towards turn 6. No, not quite. And now Bull Beast will pick up that DRS off of Ben Bryan. I think Emery had a bad line, but maybe that's just my eyesight. Ooh, 10th Cannon gets past Aka Kev. Very easy looking at the minimap. There's not even a competition down into turn 9. Emery, there's a big gap in front of Emery, isn't there? 5 seconds or so between him and JT in 4th. Ooh, a little bit of a moment for Emery, who comes into the pit lane. Very early for Emery. Ben Bryan really holding up Bull Beast and Lemons here, though, getting in the way somewhat of 2 of the top 3 in the championship. The other one, who's currently sitting 2nd in the championship, is winning this race. I expect Bull Beast will be able to make the move towards turn 6. This Lemon looks for an outside line, but we'll get a great exit on both of them here. And he's going to get a fantastic exit. He's going to go alongside Bull Beast. He's going to get past Bull Beast. And then he's going to try and get past Ben Bryan. They're both going to try and get past Ben Bryan. Bit of a mouthful. Oh, Lemons had to back out of it massively to avoid not being hit. He's come down the inside of the Aston Martin. Looks like he's got enough of a line. Has to try and stick around the outside. Can't quite find the line. He's going to have to come back at him again, but they're both going to have DRS. He's got enough DRS to try. Surely power past, and he does. Nothing Ben Bryan can do in that scenario. And Lemons and JT, Lemons and Bull Beast are both through to try and chase after JT. Lap 8 of 29, make that lap 9 of 29 as Fan comes across the line to complete the 8th tour of the As Marina circuit. Of course, as everyone knows, Ferrari World at the top of the track. Home to the fastest roller coaster in the world, Corsa Rossa. I'm going to look that one up. I'll leave you basking in the joy of watching Lemons fight Bull Beast while I look up fastest roller coaster in the world. I feel like I should be a bit Clarkson in the world. Formula Rossa, that's it. I got most of it right, apart from the formula bit. Yes. But Lemons is thinking yes at the moment because he's coming towards, well, actually, he might be a little bit annoyed. Oh no, is what he might be thinking, and all Bull Beast is thinking is anyway. Wardy coming back at Geekin as those medium tyres start to go away. Now, interestingly enough, the duration of the Formula Rossa is 1 minute and 32 seconds. Which is quite... well, it's, you know, normal length of a roller coaster, I'd say. Lap around this track, at the moment in these guys, the fastest one that anybody's done in the race, it's a 27 flat. So it's 5 seconds quick. You could do a lap and get to turn 1 in the time it takes for you to do the Formula Rossa. I bet it feels a lot longer than 1 minute 32 though. Oh, is that a spinner? Yes it is, it's 10th Cannon. On the main straight. Has a little bit of a skill issue there. But there's not much he can do in that scenario, apart from try and avoid having a skill issue. Geekin has been overtaken. Oh, Geekin and Wardy are fighting it out here. Geekin's got a better exit. Is he going to be able to get the run though? No, not quite. He's got the DRS, but with the lack of ERS, he's not going to be able to really capitalise towards turn 9, but he might try and slip a nose down the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact as they come through turn 9. He's going all over that inside curve. Wardy keeps the position. And Bull Beast coming back at Lemons, of course, because Lemons got passed down into turn 6. They're going to go side by side through turn 9. Great action down here this lap. lap 10. Outside line for Bullbeast. Is it going to work for him? I think it is. All the way around the outside. He's tiptoe danced around there. He's got the position. Good stuff for him. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my word! Oh my word! And that'll be a safety car. Oh my word! That's dramatic. Bullbeast has a moment out of that penultimate corner. Spins into the Lemons, who has nothing he can do about it. They're serving that 5-second time penalty now, so he'll get that all out of the way. I think he'll be pleased to get that all out of the way. Won't have to think about it for the rest of the race, but he will be annoyed. He's going to have to put on a medium tyre. Medium from here, surely. It's going to come out in P9, I think. Safety car won't have caught Fan, so we'll have to wait for that to go round again. Deary me, that was traumatic. But it will be Fan. I think Fan will pit here. It's a good time for him, actually. We'll have a look at Fan then. Oh, no, that's not Fan. That's Fan. We'll see if he comes into pit. I can't see why he wouldn't come in and pit. Yes, he will. Wardy... what does Wardy do here? He's going to come in as well. Yeah, there's enough time, you'd say, for a double stack. JT in. Ben Bry's the next man across, actually. Ben Breyer in 4th, as it seems. But Geekin, of course, has pit. So Geekin will re-overtake him. And presumably JT. But we'll have to see how close it is on the exit with him, JT and Wardy. He might get both of them here. He's got one of them. Oh, he's going to be side by side with Wardy, but I feel like he might just be able to have it, and he does. P2 for Geekin. Not by much at all, though. Right then, lap 12 of 29, we've got this safety car. Akakev didn't pit, he's P5 now. Which might cause a couple of moments maybe. The faster drivers are coming through on some fresher tyres. I think it's interesting, really, because the strategies have been a little bit messed up. I think Wardy and JT may have been a little bit of a pickle on the strategy front, but it's really helped out Fan and Geekin, that's for sure. I think, end of next lap should come in. Michelle's close enough to try and get there within a lap. Thankfully. Get the race back underway. So then, Fan, Geekin, Wardy, JT, Akakev, Imri, Ben Breyer, Lemons, Fuad, Tant Cannon, Smoke and Cheese, Costas, and Michelle are the runners remaining here. Check chat. Oh, hello. Bullbeast double overtake, my return to form. Maybe I've been doing terrible in this league lately. Well, maybe. You're in a good spot. Let's add a couple of these, and then we can have a look at what we think's going to happen. Well, theoretically, Fan and Geekin should be able to get away here. In terms of, they won't have to pit again. And even if they get overtaken, that lack of needing to pit will serve them by the end of the race. Because, of course, the big pit lost time. As with every other track in the calendar. Oh, Bullbeast has left the session. See what I can do about that. Try and get him back in. There we go, should be done. And then we can find out what he can do from what is where's he gone? Oh, he's out. Oh, that's sorry. Of course. Why did I invite him back? That was instinctive. It looks like we're going to go for one more lap here because Michelle hasn't been able to catch back up to the back of the field. When the safety car comes in, we'll have 15 laps. We'll pretty much be half distance in the race. So Michelle's come in again. I mean, I think the safety car will come in at the end of this lap, whether he's there or not. But I think he will be able to catch because, of course, the pack will slow down in the final sector quite significantly. Very significantly, probably. It's medium time for Michelle. They might be able to get to the end. Well, yeah, maybe the medium runners may try and get to the end. It's a possibility. But the tyres are going to be very, very in a bad way by the end of the race. Hard tyres are going to be much better for the rest of the race distance. Much more durable. Not having to worry about tyre where safety car is coming in this lap. We'll gamble with Geekin. Right then. We wait and see when Fan is going to go. Geekin is right behind him. He's getting ready to just pounce when he decides to release the trigger. Put his foot on the floor. And release the entire pack. He can choose whenever he wants to from about now, however. So when does he decide? He decides to go there relatively early. Oh, Fuad! Something's happened to Fuad. He's out of the race. That won't cause another safety car. Oh! Massive moment for Fan, though! Fan's had a moment! Out of the final corner. Wardy. And Wardy lets the position back. Gives a legal overtake. Oh, they all have illegal overtakes. Geekin lets him through as well there. Oh, someone's going wide. JT's taking the lead. I don't know whether it was illegal or not. Depends what the stewards decide to do. Imri's fighting down here with Akakev. He's gone very, very, very wide, but he'll get a good exit surely out of that. And does. But JT now leads on that medium compound tyre. Fan is second, Wardy and Geekin. Christmas come early for him. It's not much better than a nice restart where you pick up a couple of positions, especially when you then open up a lead of a second, because that really is quite beneficial for you for the rest of the race. Wardy then on the back of Fan, trying to get that position back after Fan's mistake. JT does lead. And we're now past half distance. Everyone's got through that lap. All 12 have got through that lap. Oh! Is that Ward? Is it Fan going wide? It's going to be overtaken by Geekin. Imri not quite able to follow through. But they're all very close here on the back of Fan. Lemons is up to 6th. Ben Breyer and Imri. Imri, I think, had a moment there as I looked across at the chat. Geekin saying he, in every other league he's been getting better and better. He's opposite in this one. Meanwhile, Imri, Smoking Cheese, Ben Breyer, 3 wide into turn 6. He's going to come on top here. Smoking Cheese really has launched up the inside, and he has got both of the positions. Ben Breyer, oh, contact with Imri. Oh, there's contact with Costas as well. I think Costas has some wing damage. None of them are going to be best pleased with that. But I'll tell you what, Akakev will be pleased, because now he's got a few more cars out of the way. So, same with Michelle. Not having to worry about them anymore. So, JT, Wardy, who's pulled away from Geekin and Fan at the moment. It'll be interesting to see who has the better strategy by the end. Because we've got the 2 media runners at the front, and then we've got the 2 hard runners behind. Lemons is lurking though. That's a spin from Ben Breyer. Lemons though, he's really on the back of a Fan. I mean, DRS has been enabled, of course, so they'll be able to get back to faster straight line speed now. Let's see, can anyone take advantage of it? Lemons is on the back of Fan. These two, first and second in the championship, only 4th and 5th in this race. As Ben Breyer, oh, I think that's a retire in the pit lane there. As Lemons doesn't really look for the move here. 11 runners left. Right then. It's difficult, this race, because Geekin, Fan and Lemons and Smoking Cheese locked in about... Oh, Lemons 3-second time penalty. I was about to mention he was going wide there, and it really has cost him. It's got him a 3-second time penalty. That could really hurt him by the end of the race. But he's still on the back of Fan. I mean, the sooner he gets past Fan, the better for him, really. I know that's an obvious statement to make, but I think it's quite important here, because that penalty now is going to affect him come the end of the race. Lemons then, Smoking Cheese then is, he's recovered well in this race after starting last. He's with the front guys. We'll have to see whether he can stick with them. JT, of course, pulling away from Wardy, and Wardy pulling away from these guys. Oh, a spin from Michelle. Fan really is on the back of Geekin here. JT, fastest lap time of the race. On lap 18 of 29 as we start lap 19. 11 to go then. Lemons is right on the back of Fan. He's so close. To the point where he might make a move into turn 5. We all know what happened last time I remember for a move in turn 5. And they were championship rivals then as well, weren't they, of course? Don't think any Formula 1 fan will be forgetting that day in a hurry. whether we like it or not. Imre 26 flat, fastest lap, but he's down in 10th. Costas 3-second time penalty. Lemons inside at turn 6, better braking. He's gone a little bit deep, but he's got it controlled. He'll have a decent enough exit. Costas goes fastest. Imre on Akakev, these two are very close together as well. I'm aware Smoking Cheese is right on the back. A fan, but not quite able to make the move. Here comes Imre, straight past Akakev. Good night, sir. Lemons and Geekin going side by side. Lemons already trying to get after the Mercedes driver. They're really locked together. Oh no! Contact has got them both. Fan goes through. Cheese goes through. Oh, I feel like... Oh, I don't think either did really anything wrong there. But the fan's not going to care. He's up into P3 and he's got penalty free. Next driver penalty free is Geekin in 6th as Lemon pits. Oh no. It's unfortunate for Lemons. So then, lap 20 of 29. Into the final third of this race then. JT leads after, I believe he was setting a quali ban. I may be wrong on that one. Geekin's luck really is not improving tonight. There's King Hamilton. Always love the session. Who is that? Oh, it's Costas retiring in the pit lane. I think that's why we've got the flags. Means everyone will pick up points if they get to lap 27. Smoking Cheese still on the back of Fan here. The medium tyres seem to be working well. Neither has got tons of ERS. Albeit Fan with a little bit more than his competitor. Smoking Cheese is really trying to push Fan here. He'll have the DRS towards turn 6. Whether he can make any use of it, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, it's Imre. Lemons. Lemons in the pit lane again. Onto a soft. Drops to 9th. Might drop to last here. Why hasn't he left the box? Well, he has now. My word. But Lemons, this is an open door for the guys chasing him. JT winning isn't helping the chasers. It's Hamilton's wins again. Cheese is really just stalking Fan through every single corner. It's just sitting there, keeping pushing him. Don't think the front guys have any intention to pit off those medium tyres. They'll go to the end. Whether they get they'll try, but they'll try and get there whether tyre is still on by the end or not. Smoking Cheese on the back of Fan. He still can't make the move. Geek can come back at these two a little bit, but not by a great deal. Kostas leaves the session, but he was a long way back anyway. Smoking cheese on the back of Fan. Still. Geekin is catching. Lemons is a long way off anybody. And P9 looks like the best he'll be able to manage here tonight, unless someone makes a big error. Oh no! Smoking cheese! Oh no, turn 2 is caught another victim out. This time it's Smoking Cheese. Michelle will appear. There he is. And he'll find a slow-moving Ferrari. And he'll overtake a slow-moving Ferrari. Just about. P5 is now Michelle's. Geeking back up to P4. But these two, it's Smoking Cheese again, has now found someone else. Thankfully. Maybe inside line, not quite. Lemons might pick up another point fastest lap. Yellow flags are for Akakev, who's now a lap down, coming out of the hotel section just around here. There he is, you can just see him in the background of the shot there. JT keeps stretching his legs, 4 seconds the gap now. Wardy and Fan following through. Smoking Cheese pits. Might have picked up some wing damage from that contact, from that spin. Might drop behind 10th cannon here as well. Zimri picks up another time penalty. And he will come out behind 10th cannon, quite a long way behind 10th cannon. It's quite relatively close to Lemons at this point. Closest two on track are currently Fan and Geekin, with a 2.9 gap between them. But for the championship, this will be good for Fan and Wardy and Geekin. JT will jump up massively, although he's not in the main driver standing because he's not a full time. Wardy will move up to 54 points as it stands. Fan will go on to 99. And he'll only be, what, if Lemons gets 3, 36 behind him. Behind the championship leader. Five to go here then. It's about like a 5-lapper from here to the end. Although we've started the 5-lapper with everyone a long way apart. Spin from Michelle on the exit of turn 5. Is that a sign of the medium tyres going off ever so slightly? I mean, they're younger than JT and Wardy's. I wonder if Geekin, because of course Geekin got caught up in that instant with Lemons, so it'll be interesting to see whether he can actually keep that momentum with him. Try and close down at the end, but lost a couple of tenths there. Not going to be ideal. I mean, without mistake here, JT has definitely won this race. So, Michelle comes into the pit lane. And he'll be overtaken by at least Smoky Cheese and 10th Cannon, maybe Imri as well. Especially if he's going to change any damage that he may have had. Which is definitely possible. He'll come out behind Imri there. Not far ahead of Lemons either, so Lemons might be able to smell one more position he could try and pick up. But you don't want to get your hopes up necessarily if you're Lemons. Plus the 2 points for 8th. Well, actually, Michelle doesn't have a penalty, does he? So that's not in the favour of Lemons. We'll go back to these two, who are 2/3 of a lap down, actually. As Geekin comes into the pit lane as well. But he's got a free pit stop behind. That's clever. Might go for fastest lap. Pick up another point if he can. He just gone to a soft coming out in the pit lane. Still in 4th place. Clever. Smart move, I think, from Geekin. If he can pick up another point, but it does leave the door. He's gone a little bit early for it though, because it's lap 27. So Fan can come in at the end of next lap and do exactly the same. And I would if I was Fan. Free opportunity there. You might as well take it with both hands. So, just over 2 laps to go for these guys. Well, no, it's nearly just about 3 for Lemons and Michelle and Imri, but it's just about 2 for JT. Yeah, and Fan does pit. He heeds my advice. And he comes into the pit lane to put on a set of soft tyres. So Fan has actually come out just behind Geekin. I don't know. I didn't realise that was actually possible. I don't think Fan would have either. So maybe he shouldn't have listened to me. But now we've got a race on for 3rd. For the championship. That's for sure. Lemons has come in again, set another set of soft tyres on. You better hope he can get out ahead of JT though. And he should be able to, but it's going to be relatively close. And we're talking about only about 5-10 seconds in it most. Here comes Fan on the back of Geekin. Can't quite make the move fast. He's going to have one more lap to do it. Done a bit of a Leclerc spar, trying to get the fastest lap. It's not quite that. It's not quite that bad. I would have done exactly what Fan did. I would be confronted with the same problem about trying to get past the car in front of me for what will end up being 3rd place. Lemons is just ahead. He's looking for fastest lap again. Let's see, Fan is so close to the back of Geekin. Surely you'd have thought he can get his way through the rest of the lap. Look at the amount of time he's getting through sector 1. He's actually got to back off. He's going so quickly on. The overspeed is so great. Outside line for turn 5. Can he get it? Not quite. He's going to go for a little bit of a cutback. He'll have the DRS towards turn 6. And he'll run all the way down there. Open the DRS. Use the ERS. There's flashing on the back of Geekin. This Fan's going to go to the outside line. He's going to go right straight past. Geekin doesn't have any answer. And Fan is back up into the podium positions. Can Geekin come back at him? I'm not sure that he can. But it did turn out that the strategy to go onto the mediums was the correct strategy. Because it's worked out for this man. JT, on his return, didn't set a qualifying time. It doesn't matter for him at all because he's won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Season 5 of TORL. Wardy will come home in a very, very respectable second place. At least equals, if not is, his best result of the season so far. And then Fan is leading home at the moment, leading home Geekin. We'll see if he can get to the line in time. Well, I'm sure he can, unless he spins it here, but he doesn't. Fan on the podium, Geekin in 4th. Fan with fastest lap for now, but Lemons surely might pick it off. Smoking Cheese to the line. Goes P5. I think 10th Cannon won't be able to get him on the penalties, which he doesn't. Imri and Michelle is going to come through. Michelle's going to get Imri in the end. For P7. There he goes. P7 for Michelle, P8 for Imri. And the only man left to wait for is our championship leader, Lemons, whose lead will be cut, but it's still going to be at quite a healthy 36 points. Meaning it's still possible for him to win it next week in Canada. There he is, fast lap as well, there it was. And there it is. That's the end of the race. Good result for everyone who isn't Lemons, really. JT obviously having the best of times. Let's find out who is on the podium. Well, we know who's on the podium. But here are your race results. JT, Wardy and Fan. Geekin 4th and Smoking Cheese in 5th. 10th Cannon will come home, or has come home in 6th. There's Michelle, Imri, Lemons and Aka Kev. Your DNF is this evening. Costas, Benbriar, Fuat, Bubbies and Legends at the end. Geekin apologising to Lemons for the little contact that they had. And Geekin says it was his bad. But in the end of it, JT's the happiest man. And Lemons is probably the angriest man, coming home in 9th. Albeit with that fastest lap. I will thank you all for watching very much this evening in Abu Dhabi. I apologise for the last 10 laps or so. I didn't really want to make a big deal of it. I've just developed a bit of a migraine as we went on. But I hope you all saw what you wanted to see. Even if you didn't quite hear what you could have heard. But yeah, great result for JT. Well done to him, Wardy and Fan on finishing on the podium. It's a really good result. Next week, we will be in Canada, as I've said, for the Canadian Grand Prix. So make sure you join us for that. It'll be me here at least. Zach might be back, but I'm not too sure. I typed. Yes, I did type in the middle of the race. I did, because I was talking in the commentator chat in TRL. But yes, we've got 3 rounds left. Lemons has his lead slashed at the moment. We'll find out if it makes a big difference next week in Canada, when he could win the championship, or it could get a lot tighter. We hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you next week where TOL returns for round 10 of Season 5.